Hello and welcome to Somfy Know-How. In this session I will show you how to add an easier handset to a Zigbee motor using the Tahoma Pro app, and also the options to customize the settings of our motor, adjusting the limits for example, where our blind might have been preset at a factory or by a trade supplier. Open your Tahoma Pro app, select Setup Equipment and Zigbee. And this screen is just telling us just to check it is a Zigbee motor, and we're not trying to set up an RTS motor with this app because that will not work. Press start and we're asked if we're going to be adding it into a Tahoma. If we say yes, we won't be able to add a handset. This is done later when we're commissioning the Tahoma. If we say no, we'll have the chance to add a handset later in this app. Our camera opens to scan our QR code and prompts us to wake up the motor by pressing the program button on the head of the motor. We can use the end of the aerial to do this and the motor will jog. The app will connect to the blind and check for any updates. Then we see this screen. If our blind has already been set prior to coming to site and we're simply doing an install, after scanning the QR code we'll come straight to this screen, which shows us the name of the motor, which we can change to its own unique name. We'll give it a location description. We can see the battery level. We can test the equipment. We can add a remote control, or we can set equipment, which is a number of different parameters we can check or adjust. These would be things like changing the rotation if that would be required. We can adjust the end limits if we need to, change the speed, adjust the soft start, soft stop, or set a my position. To change the rotation direction, simply select reverse direction and validate. To adjust one of our end limits, select the end limit that you wish to adjust, then move the blind with the buttons, or fine tune with the buttons on the right so the blind is in the correct position, and validate as save. We can adjust the speed of our blind. Simply move the slider up or down to increase or decrease the speed of our blind. We can adjust or deactivate the soft start, soft stop feature, and to set a intermediate or my position, position the blind where you want your my position to be and simply select validate at the bottom of the screen. So returning to our previous screen, we've got the option to add a remote control if we wish to. Remember, when pairing a handset, be relatively close to the blind, within about a meter or so. So we select add a remote control, we pick the particular handset that we have and add a remote control. And the app tells us to insert the batteries into our handset. We click next. Then it tells us to pick the particular channel that we want our blind to operate on. We pick next. The blind will then jog, and then we turn the handset over, press briefly the program button in the back of the handset. The orange light will start flashing on the handset. Be patient, it will flash for about 7 seconds before we see a green light, and the blind then should jog once more and we pair our handset to the blind. If it doesn't and you get a red line or something like that, don't worry, just try again and it should pick it up on a second time. Press next, give the handset a couple of seconds to finalize that network connection, and then test your blind. Press either the up or down arrow. Does the blind work? Hopefully yes. You can press the yes button and move on, and then you can add the blind to another channel on the handset if you wish to, or finish the process and move on to your next blind. That's it for this edition, but do join me again soon for more Somfy Know-How.